All right. Happy Thursday, everyone. This is the Dun Elizabeth with my Q&A, and I just want to say that I hope everyone is having a positive quarantine. I know we're dealing with a pandemic right now. Things are crazy. People not in the gyms, but I hope we're still up and active, thinking positively through this time. And I just want to let you know I'm praying and hoping that we all make it through. So, without further ado, let's get into these questions. So, to help y'all out so y'all won't be skipping through my video, I will be posting what question, what time it start, so that you could go exactly to the question that you want to answer, and that will be posted in the details below. So, let's get started with the first question. I'm going to be using my laptop, y'all, because I wrote all the questions down so I can make sure I stay on track. Okay, so the first question is, has the lifestyle gotten easier to maintain, or is it still challenging? So, as of today, well, I started my journey maybe a year ago. So I'm about a year and a half in, maybe a little bit over a year and a half. And I can honestly say that it's getting harder. At first, it was all fresh and it was new, so I was just going with the flow. Just happy to see this much progress. Like even if I lost maybe 5 pounds a month, I was like, wow. Like I was, crazy, happy, excited. But like now that I'm getting closer to my goal weight, like which my goal weight is to be around maybe like 150 to like, and then when I start bulking, at least about maybe like 165, but more muscle instead of fat. So like now that I'm getting closer and closer to where I'm trying to be, it gets harder and harder, because I think like in my head I feel as though maybe I can ease up now that I've been on the journey for so long. But no, at this point in this time is when you get more consistent, focus on what you're eating and working harder. So has the lifestyle gotten easier? No, I wish it has, but it hasn't. And it's very hard to maintain, like especially with being home. Like I'm around more foods that I love and that I used to eat. And so versus me being at school, I only buy the things that I would eat. But in this house, we have snacks everywhere, everything that you could think of, cookies, candy. So yes, it's hard for me to stay on track, but I'm pushing through. So, okay, the next question is, what is my body plan after quarantine? So, my goal throughout the quarantine was to basically get down to my lowest weight, which is like wanting to be at 150. So then like after quarantine, I can start that bulking phase. Y'all, I cannot tell y'all how ready I am to be in the bulking phase, which is the bulking phase, which means, eating more, lifting heavy, which I can't do right now. Well, like not the bulking phase, like not eating more, but I can't do it right now because I don't have access to the gym. So I can't really just lift heavy. So I've been using a lot of household items, a lot of resistance bands, just to keep my muscle mass up and flowing. But anybody that knows me and been watching my journey, I love a heavy lift day. I will work on lower body, lifting heavy, even upper body heavy, like every day. I would pick strength training over cardio in day, probably because I did so much cardio at the beginning, and like now I'm trying to like tone. Like I have a lot of like I don't have a lot of loose skin, but it's there, and I really want to like tone it as I'm getting smaller, so when I get to where I want to be, I'm looking how I want to be. But due to the pandemic, I'm not able to lift as heavy as I want to, but I'm still trying to stay consistent using household items to like put in place. So after the quarantine, I plan to get back into the gym, lifting heavy, and going into that bulking stage. Actually getting tone, gaining maybe like 15 pounds back. Maybe like 15 pounds is a stretch, but maybe like 10 to 15 pounds back into muscle. So that's the plan for after quarantine. And so what I mean by bulking is, like now I'm in a calorie deficit because I'm losing weight, which means I'm eating less. Like I'm intaking less than versus, that I'm taking in. Well, I'm working off more than I'm taking in. And so when I go to the bulking phase, I'll be in a calorie surplus, which means I'm eating more, lifting heavy, just to like build muscle mass, okay? And I'll get into more of that in another video. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, the next question is, how can you burn belly fat without working out? So, the biggest thing with that is, in order to burn belly fat without working out, matter of fact, you don't even have to work out to lose weight. It's being in a calorie deficit, meaning it's eating less than your body's burning off, and that will allow you to actually lose weight. Like a lot of people work out every day, but they're not eating properly. So as long as you're not eating properly, you basically, sorry to be harsh, but you basically wasting your time. Like you have to watch what you eat in order to get that slim figure, get toned. And well, mostly toning comes from working out, but just just regularly losing weight comes from eating right. So being in a calorie deficit, getting enough sleep, and taking more fiber. And fiber is good for cleansing your body of toxins and preventing constipation. Make sure your digestive system is working properly. And you can get fiber from fruits, good fruits. And I do like chia seeds, hemp seeds, like some like healthy cereal have good fiber, and fiber is also good with helping with bloating. And another thing you could do is eat a lot of protein. That's chicken, all types of meat, eggs. You can get protein from a lot of different places, and protein basically helps, like as you losing weight, helps like restore that muscle mass, like protein breaks down and turn into muscle. So that's what you want. When you're losing weight, you don't want to lose all your muscle. That's not what we want. We want to build the muscle as you're losing weight, as you're losing weight. So I wouldn't say not work out. Me, I love to work out, but in order to get that slim figure that you want, the exercise come with what you're throwing in your mouth and what you're chewing on, all right? Cut back, get right, and get tight, okay? So, the next question is, which exercise help you reduce your tummy fat? So, back to like what I said before, I did like throughout my journey, I was doing a mixture of cardio and strength training, and I feel like that overall, along with eating right, helped me reduce my belly fat. And like as far as like ab exercises, in my opinion, like a lot of people think like doing ab exercises gets that flat tummy, which yes, it helps, but like overall you want to be eating right. Like you actually want to be watching what you eat and make sure you're eating less than it like taking in less than you like. Wait, you want to make sure, like it's kind of hard to understand. You want to make sure you burning off more than you taking in. Let's say it like that. So it was a time where I was like burning over like 1,000 calories in a workout. Like I was working out for a long time every day, and I was still eating at my same amount, and I didn't lose any weight. And the reason was that because I was working off more, but I wasn't feeding, like fueling my body enough to match that exercise. So really all I was doing was boosting my metabolism and not allowing me to lose weight. So like you have to be very careful, because a lot of people think like starving themselves, not eating enough is good, like helps them get to where they want to be, but that's really not the idea. Like you don't want to restrict yourself. You need to use food as a way to fuel your body, like keep your body moving, keep you up and running, able to exercise, healthy and clean. So just to go in some of the like ab exercises that I did to lose my tummy fat. Like at the beginning, I was doing very simple crunches, Russian twists. Like those literally was the only 2 exercises that I was doing, because like that's the only thing that I was comfortable with. Crunches, Russian twists, just getting my love handles, and I feel like the top. I didn't really know anything, so I just kind of went for what I know. Went for what I thought was comfortable for me, and those are the only 2. But like now I do more of like toe touches, V-ups, and you can see a lot of those on my channel. And so one thing about like getting a flat stomach is you want to shed a lot of fat on the top of your stomach so that your abs will be able to show. And for you to shed that fat, it's like a mixture of cardio, strength training, and most importantly, eating right. Because you can exercise all day. If you don't eat right, you won't get the results that you want.